Hello, 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 hello. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching from. This is a live pre-market analysis for Wednesday, August the 26th, 2020. You are catching a live broadcast on Successful Trading's YouTube channel. So let's see who we have in the live chats. I can see Miss Dora, good morning. Grateful Trader, welcome. Mr. Sat, good morning. Mr. Ajit, good morning. Mr. Beto, oops, let me try to get that. Yeah, Mr. Beto, not sure what they are doing with JD. Uh, Yesterday they couldn't quite get it to 80, so we are it's opening above 80. So um, if that was your target, love the shirt. Mr. Beto, thank you. Mr. Ibom, thank you. Hey, Mr. Adi, how are you, sir? All right, let's just wait maybe a couple of minutes here before we dive in as more and more people are trickling in. I'm really trying to play YouTube streaming by the ear because this changing of the stream feed. So hopefully this morning we didn't trip on that. The link that I pasted inside of the Discord should be the correct link. And I know that typically, hello, Miss Lauren, how are you? We usually have about 20 or something people in there. So like right now, I'm looking at the control screen, meaning I can see which that you guys are seeing, meaning the inside of Power E-Trade, which a watch list of stock. At the same time, I'm seeing the analytics. The number of concurrent viewers is not the same in both places. So this is definitely uh, a trip, and they're showing 23 playback. So not sure. Hopefully some of the other folks, they do not have a duplicate link. Hey, Mr. Thomas, how are you? All right. I think in terms of the big index, they haven't done much. From what I saw in the pre-markets, because I was up very, very early, we can definitely expect a wild Wednesday. So, and for those who were not with us yesterday, we actually had an impromptu, I don't know how to call it, just chit chat yesterday inside of the Discord, right? So it was just, I was finishing my my day and I didn't have a schedule one-on-one. That's rare. So around 8 Eastern or so. No, was it before 8 Eastern or so? I just said that, hey, if people are interested, we jump into the after lounge and we just chit chat. What did we talk about? We talked mostly about how some folks didn't get feels on AMG N yesterday. Uh, and what could have transpired there. The lowest feel was 10 cents for those 270 calls. Yeah, I mean, the numbers stuck now on my head there. Just, yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was the 270 calls on AMGN that some people unfortunately could not get in. So that was unfortunate there. And hello, good morning, Miss Canizo. And we talked about CRM, and that's where we're gonna start this morning. CRM gapped. We shared yesterday before the market closed. Let's see, I don't know, it was like an hour before the closing of the market. Huge prints of 7 million at least that were shared, that were posted on inflow algo for that one. So some of you took that trade and with a different level of expiration. Well, I know Mr. Thomas said he used the September month, yeah, the third Friday of September in there. So those in the money. So the thing for us that we can definitely look at, you can see the screen on there. And let me just switch screen on here and go to the chart of that stock. The chart of that stock showing the after hours. So I have a point to make on there. So before I start speaking, Mr. B, I'm gonna switch my screen. Yes, this is the correct screen. Okay, so it's gonna take a second for it or so. 1 second. 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippis, 6 Mississippis. I'm seeing which that I want to talk about on my control screen, but the live streaming has not picked it up yet. Here it is. You see how much time passed? That's gonna be my new excuse, Mr. B. If I speak out of what I'm gonna say, oh, it wasn't on the right. The stream hasn't picked it up. Okay, I think this is most likely the first time that I'm using this. This is you're looking at the chart of CRM, right? The stock. I'm showing the after hours, yeah, and we could actually show up to yesterday as well, but we are showing here the candle starting. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, because yeah, this is yesterday from yesterday on here. Each candle represents 30 minutes. So in that sense, today starts somewhere here. Yeah. So all of these was for yesterday. What do I want to bring up? And this is something that I've talked about in some of my other videos on YouTube, trading ERs, right? Earnings for those. Notice always where's the high after a stock jump, where's the high in terms of identifying resistance, or conversely, where's the low in terms of support. This stock yesterday, for me, the only thing that I took out of the whole thing that happened, oh, great earnings. I mean, yeah, blah, blah, blah. The first time for them to post a quarter over 5 billion revenue. Yeah, that's all fancy. But how does that going to help me trade? Yeah. So the only thing that I'm interested in was, okay, what's the highest price that the thing gapped up? So the stock is up 14%, fantastic, $31. Congratulations, bravo to everybody who took a position on it. So now, for me, trading this today, what's going to happen? 247.80 was the resistance yesterday. You can see the timestamp. That happened, well, this is 30 minutes chart, yeah? But that happened in the 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern, 18 hours, yeah. So that's what the 247.80. And so far, even today, here it was trying to go above that price, 248.40, red candle. 249.30. I wasn't in front of my screen. I think I was taking my shower during this time. So, but when I came back, my only thing I was interested, did they try to push? So we shared yesterday with some of you that I see at least I tried to compare this to what Twilio did on May 7 on the earnings, where they had similar type of jump, and they post a higher number between the closing on the day of the earning in the afternoon and then the next day. This is doing that. Don't get me wrong. We closed yesterday, let's say at 245 after hours. Now it's printing 247, but it still has not been able to go above the 247.80. So that's for you. That's an indication. As we go into the live trading session, you have that number as a major resistance. Yeah. So that's how you go about identifying opportunities. Because so far, for most of the subscribers, we have taught you how to trade a trend, a nice trend that establishes itself. But that's not the only entry criteria into a trade, right? Because you can enter a trade, shorting a trade, because before you start the trend, because you have noticed that, hey, it got stuck at a specific resistance level, or because you know that it has been bouncing off of a very solid support level. Those type of trades sometimes actually, because you get into the trade early with confidence, and hence the cost actually could be lower. So for me here this morning, I'm not going to change anything to which did I say yesterday night. Don't get me wrong, folks. Yeah. So the gangster trade still apply on here. So we did a quick a quick look at yesterday. So say basically 30 points from here, 30 points from here, you at least earliest 270, 275, 280s is your window for a strike on the upside, right? So on the downside, I mean, we can take 220, 215 on the puts on the downside, on the put side, since a gangster trade has 2 legs. Never forget about that. If you're forgetting about that, then maybe go ahead and register for the bootcamp. I have to do that shameful plugging in, folks, every single day until September the 7th. I have to. Or if I don't do it, who's going to be doing it? So yes, we will be teaching you even a more advanced technique. This thing is really brute force. For us, we are just saying, hey, whatever direction that these guys want to go, we want to be able to take advantage of the confusion in the first 5, 10, 15 minutes, because there is always, with a stock that generated was 4.6 million shares after hours yesterday, and this morning 655 million. And then somebody in Floalgo who started this thing, an institution who started this thing, they loaded up over 7 million shares yesterday at a much cheaper price. Yeah, the price of the stock, the print was about 216. Now we are printing 246, 247. So do they want more? If they want more, in that case, we get entry on our calls on the gangster trade and we ride it with them. So let's say in this case, right now they have 30 points. Could I see 50? Yeah, that's what they did for Trilo. So could we say 50? In that case, if 50, realistically, again, we are using the expiration in 3 days' time, on Friday or 2 days' time, whatever you want to take a look at it. So hence, if you are using 270, 275, or even 280 calls, you don't need to be in the money to make big money. Yeah. So a cheap entry on there, as long as this thing over the next 3 days is posting higher highs, you will make money on that. So that's basically the gist of where am I? I need to come to the control room. So the gist of it. Mr. Greg is saying big day money for him, folks. Or Mr. Greg, are you throwing that money to to us? No, congratulations to everybody, by the way. I forgot, we started talking about that, but congratulations if you traded AMGN yesterday, right? We made that call. Oh my goodness, we have 28 concurrent viewers. So is the internet aware now that successful trading is giving free free Ganser trade in the morning? So everybody told their friends, and we have 28 concurrent viewers, or the people from the subscribers who couldn't care less earlier about watching a pre-show and watch that black man just talk. Now they are showing up. Whatever your reason, we appreciate your other friends, folks. Tell them to subscribe to the channel. We want 8,000 subscribers. Yeah, we're gonna make a party. I guarantee you. My sister-in-law, she has been getting on my case about that, because when I had 3 subscribers. I remember back in February time frame. She was one of the subscribers. So she has been challenging me ever since 100, 200. So I definitely will owe her. I will need to do something that I said I will do. So she will hold me accountable to that. My only prayer is that whatever that I do, she doesn't film it and post it on the internet. So there's a question on here in the chat, folks. Sorry, when I do this, that's mean I'm not so trying not to look at you. The screen for the comment, the chat is on this second screen. How do we exit one leg if it is going the other direction? How do we exit one leg if it's going in the other direction? You are making money in one direction, so my answer is usually, why should I care about the other direction? If I'm making good money, like yesterday, when people were making money, they got into Amgen 270 calls for 10 cents. Those were appreciating. The puts that I took, I don't know, 227, they were for 10 cents or 5 cents themselves. They went to zero immediately. I could care less about them. I was making 400% in the winning direction. So if I'm making 400% on the winning direction, yeah, I can sacrifice that initial 100% on the other direction. Besides, there are plenty of day left. What to tell me that it's not going to drop today, and then that direction will still be there for me. Hopefully, GP, that help you. But really, Mr. GP, I do not recognize you, my friend. I will take the opportunity to extend you an invitation. Go register for the bootcamp, because we're gonna go, how do they call it, next level into this strategy called the gangster strategy. We are barely scratching the surface of it now, and the surface of it, in the video I made yesterday, I posted the last 4 gangster winning trade that we made. Coincidentally, the yesterday one was the lowest payout, only 400%. Before that, we had on Friday, Baba. We scale our exits from 270% to 1,260%. Prior to that, we showed you a trade what we did on Workday, which yielded 500% gain. And prior to that, we showed you another trade All of them there on the same video. So go watch the video from yesterday, and you're going to get 4 other videos that shows you exactly how we were able to implement this. I think, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? It was on BHC. And those were the puts. Because do not think that as of now, if you're a newcomer here thinking that, oh, Gangster trade has to be calls. Au contraire. Yeah. So BHC was actually the biggest winner, went all the way to 2,000%. A lot of us had that on here. It spanned over about 36 hours of trade, and it was puts. It was puts. The original trade was the 20 puts that we gave, just like we did yesterday for AMG, and we gave it live on YouTube like this. All right, so we are quickly approaching 6 a.m. Pacific time. It's pitch dark outside. That's my window, the window of my office. That's you guys cannot see there. There's just a tiny residential street, so there are no cars passing by, but it's really pitch dark outside, and the lighting in this so-called office is horrible. So I'm using. Actually, I have a light, believe it or not, but I need to make this better. Oh, thankfully. Yeah, I know what I will be doing for the boot camp. Definitely, I'm not gonna be risking it being in this office. So we're gonna go back in the downstairs office. Okay, so it is 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. in Toronto, and in New York, 9 p.m. in Singapore City. If you are catching us from there, we have a lot of people visiting our website, doing search on options, all type of things from Singapore. So glad to have you folks on board. And we definitely have at least 1 or 2 traders in Discord room from that lovely city and country. So very good. The next thing that I want to talk about is, okay, we are Wednesday. There is definitely a risk. And actually, let me ask before I move forward. Is everybody square with square, no pun intended? Is everybody squared with what they need to do if they're interested in the CRM gangster trade? I feel as if I just gave the gist of it. If that's the CRM 2020 puts are expensive compared to calls. Okay, sir. Mr. GP, please go sign up, go register. If you are not with us, please go sign up for the bootcamp. I guarantee you, because we cannot fully, we don't have the time for first. But the whole concept about this trade is not to look at what the current price is. Yeah. So the current price of those options was for yesterday. Yeah. So you by looking at it, you are not buying them at the current price. So that's why I'm saying that for some people who are not familiar with the concept as of now, just hold off, go register for the bootcamp, and by the time they come back, you're gonna have tons of opportunity to use it. So the price that you are being shown, the stock is up, right? The stock is up $30. So the price of those 220 puts that you are seeing right now is gonna drop significantly. So any other questions before we move away from that? I mean, I can circle back. We still have like 15 minutes here. Can I just repeat? Oh my goodness. Okay. Can I just repeat? Okay. There will always going to be somebody who's going to be late. So, okay. So we said again, let me actually maybe switch screen because this screen is stale. So let me switch screen and go into the option chain of CRM. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna wait for a minute. So I can see the option chain of CRM, Mr. B. You guys are still seeing the charts. Okay. Well, my friend, Mr. GP, I'm not going to argue with you, sir. So please, just please, pretty please. I'm just trying to teach you. Some of us yesterday, they can attest to that, right? So this is a strategy that, again, we have videos that we have made before. I'm not saying that they're going to be worth 10 cents. Yeah, we have a range of price that's we put our limits order in there. So Mr. Ali Khatib, hello, I want to join your alert subscription soon. Well, sir, Congratulations. I think, if I were you, I will do the same. So go to our website, successfultradings.com, and there is a subscription page under, and do what you need to do. All right, we have the option screen. Let me go in there, and for the last time on here, give again the strike that we are looking at. So this is, so I want to go to options. I want to go, I will come back to this one if you guys saw that. So let me go back here. So this is Salesforce, yeah? And this is August 20th. Yeah, of August. Thank actually for that. We are coming here. If right now, let's say you have a position, you take some of the calls, and you have a position in the money for, let's say, not this expiration, let's say September 20th, September 4th, or September 11th. This is something actually even better for you, right? Then you can protect that, because if you want to hold it, if this thing goes on a multi-day run, you don't want to sell your contract today, but we don't know that. But for you as of now, actually, your best strategy will be to buy puts to protect that, because the puts expiring on Friday, they're going to be cheaper than anything. Unlike what Mr. GP may think, all of these puts, they're going to drop like a sack of potato. Why? Two reasons. The price has increased by $31. Yeah? The other thing on here, it was earning, for God's sakes. Yeah? We have talked about this before, meaning that the implied volatility is going to be dropping at least 50%, because this is the 30-day average. For the earnings, they jacked it up. Yeah? This type of concept is those of the thing that we're going to be hammering again and again if they are not, you are not fully familiar with them. So that's will be your reason, for instance, to come to our boot camp on September the 7th, because we're going to be teaching that in depth and showing you our approach, our technique into approaching the earnings in general. So hopefully that helps. So back to here in terms of the Ganser trade. So these are the possibilities here, right? 270 as of yesterday. The last was 10 cents. So hence that can tell us definitely that, hey, it's gonna be tough getting those at that price, because we jumped. Now the stock is jumping really, really fast, right? Look at it now. It's trying to challenge. It beat that 247.80, folks. You see how much time it took? So the big boys now, they are pushing it higher. So in that case, 275 or 280, whatever that you fancy, there's no difference really, because the whole intent of this for the trade to work is for the stock to continue going higher and higher. These will be appreciating. So you get them super cheap. That's already a victory by itself. Hopefully that makes sense. As for the puts, there was a trader in the chat room who was saying that, hey, he doesn't think that the 220, they are going to drop from $7. Well, just watch, my friend. Yeah, the stock is worth 30. It's down $33. What do you think that's going to happen? Soon they're going to post 250. The 220, they're worthless. They're $30 in the dirt. So they're going to be super cheap, my friend. Super cheap. So that's how we set up a Ganser trade. Yeah. So let me go back to the control room. Hopefully that made sense for some of you. I was away. What price? Oh, come on, guys. Really? So we're gonna be here until like 9:29. I'm gonna still be repeating the price because one person was away. All right, guys. All right, folks. Fantastic. I was away. What price are we targeting for CRM? Whatever you want, sir. So 275, 280, 220, 215 on the puts. There's no right or wrong answer with this stuff. That's really the thing. Yesterday, a lot of traders had the question in after our launch, right? So how did I know about the 270? And there were even some remark that the spread on them at the close was like 2 cents, where the other ones were were poor. Thank you, Mr. Ipom. Thank you. We have 32 concurrent viewers, folks. This is the highest that you have ever had. So I need to talk more about Ganser trade then, because it's attracting a lot of viewers. 55 playbacks, unbelievable. I never thought it will be this successful, but really, folks. let's be serious for a minute here. Uh, Yeah. So yeah, but we were saying that 270, we may have to up our limit order, let's say 15 cents or something. Really, the ideal for Gangster, it needs to be less than 20. It needs to be less than 20 cents, because when you give them more than 20 cents, then now, because for us, we want always to have multiple contracts, right? We want at least 3 contracts, right? Really. For again, you can scale it up based on the size of your account. I'm talking about the lowest minimum. Yeah. So some of you could take 30, 3 and take multiple of 3. Yeah. And the reason for 3, because we're going to employ the scale exits, and it just make it so nicely that with 3, we can have a nice scale exits. If you're hedging the calls, do you hedge the same amount of contract each direction? Yes, Mr. DP, please, please, I'm imploring you, go please register for the bootcamp. If you are not a subscriber of Successful Trading's alert as of now, I guarantee you, my friend, it will clear any type of confusion, because now I can tell you what's going to be happening. You may do something today that doesn't work out, and then you're going to have a bad impression about this strategy that for us, we have been able to post recent big wins video on there. Then that bad experience will come from the fact that the proper knowledge and how to approach this trade is not yet. And trust me, it's not this concept is not something straightforward. That's what you really need, the time and the space for us to direct it. Me answering your 1Z, 2Z questions here and there, I don't think I'm doing you any service into doing that. So that will be my recommendation to you, sir. You can observe, you can elect to observe which that happened. Or yesterday, for those who traded Amgen, we were here at the very same time doing it. So if you were not with us yesterday and you didn't take the trade on Amgen, then you can use this as your study case to see what happened. And then from there, trust me, you're going to increase your understanding about this technique if the videos on YouTube have not done so far. Okay, we have 5 minutes left. I wanted to talk about the other thing that we saw yesterday. We saw a lot of prints for stock related to the QQQ, right? So a lot of prints being equity prints coming from Flow Algo. We talked about where were they? We talked about Facebook. That was definitely one of them. We talked about Google. We talked about Microsoft, and we talked about Amazon. And then I told people yesterday in our late power chit chats or whatever you want to call it, that my experience with Amazon, whenever I've seen the prints on Flow Algo equity, it's always the same number, 177,000 shares. And I can go as far back as I need. I don't want to distract anybody here. So the print was at what? Let me give you the price of the print, 3,348. So we are currently trading $4 above that. The rule is very simple: bullish above, bearish below. So now, good luck, my friend. If let's say you're trying even a gangster strategy on something like Amazon, so it's not. I've never done a gangster strategy on Amazon because it's just going to be crazy. Yeah, because yeah, good luck. So for me, I think that later this week or during the normal course of the session, I'm just gonna try to really get a cheap thing, a cheap entry if the conditions are met for it to be bullish, as a history has told me. So for me, something very far. And look at the spread on Amazon. I don't need to tell you anything. They're nasty. So meaning this is the type of trade that I'm gonna put in and just wait for it, patiently wait for it. Theta plays in my favor. And ideally, I want to get in, let's say, the last hour of the trading session. And traders of Successful Trading, remember the trading clock. Yeah, the trading clock, your friend. We are Wild Wednesday today. So I guarantee you, this market is just showing me things right now that are just a little bit unsettling. Like all of these prints on Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. So are they just telling us that? And QQQ itself, because it started with QQQ itself at 284.13 yesterday. So as of now, QQQ, where's QQQ? Let's take a look at the market view here. QQQ is already at 286.85. So that print on Flow Algo on QQQ is playing bullishly as of now. But again, we are Wild Wednesday. we haven't seen SPY post any red day so far. We are Wednesday. Last week when that happened, we sold off in the last hour of the session. So I'm not saying anything, but I'm not going to be surprised by anything either. So I want to make sure that we are fully prepared. As of now, it looks as just as if that, hey, it's okay. Sorry, I was distracted by something else. Also, okay, I will answer that question. So let's go here and take a look of if there's anything. What my thought on Tesla? Sorry, folks, I don't have any thought on Tesla. I didn't study Tesla. I rarely study Tesla at all. Oops. All right, so I'm going to give you guys exactly 15 minutes. It's currently 9:14 Eastern time, so that you can go ahead and prepare for your trading day. I will do likewise. Oh yeah, just as a side note for those in the Discord room, the subscriber Discord room, if you get a feel on your gangster, please help your fellow traders by letting them know at the time where you get it. That's where they can look at the bid ask to see if they haven't gotten it yet. That's something that we learned yesterday. As depending on your broker, you can get your limit order can be filled, and another broker cannot fill it because they couldn't find a trade at your desired price. Then in that case, you will have to adjust on the fly your offer to trying to get an entry on that trade. Okay, folks. Well, thank you everybody. 35 viewers live, 8 likes. Okay, fantastic. 62 playbacks, and we will reconvene tomorrow. Have a great trading session. Please try to avoid over trading, because this market is showing sign of they are throwing a lot of things that I don't know if they are legit or what, but I'm a bit on the edge and expecting something funny to happen as we are going toward the end of the month of August on here. All right. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Beto. We are looking for that JD80. Number 4 alerts moved today. Who's number 4 alerts? I don't even remember who was the number 4 alerts. You see, the trader inside of Successful Trading, they talk in code. They tell you number 4 alerts. Number 4 alert has a name, but they don't say it. We can tell the good people outside. The number 4 alerts. Oh, the number 4 alert for this week, sir. I've already made money on puts on it. Yeah, I made money on puts on it yesterday. It has been dropping like crazy. I posted it. Did you miss that? Oh, okay. Mr. Thomas, if you missed on that, we are already making money on puts on them. See you, everybody.